guys, it's OliviaFace here and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. Before we get into the video, if you have not subscribed to my channel already, just go ahead and do so really quickly. Now today's video, I'll be talking to you guys about my foundation routine and how I keep my foundation and just my entire face flawless throughout the day. So if you guys want to know more about that video, then just keep on watching. So to keep a flawless face throughout the day, you just want to make sure that your before and after, meaning the process before your foundation and after your foundation, is superb. So that is mainly what's going to keep your face flawless throughout the day. Now, I usually do about 3 things before I apply my foundation, and that is I wash my face with a soap, I also use a mask, and I also moisturize my face and then prime. So that's 4 things. So the first thing I usually do before I apply my makeup is I usually wash my face with this soap. This is called a Sulfer soap that I got from my sister. She actually recommended this soap for me, so I always wash my face with this soap. And this soap is, it said it's a sulfur soap with lanolin, and it's basically for acne treatment. So I don't really have problems with acne. I just have a little bit of dark spots on my face, but I realized that this soap helps prevent me getting acne, so that's one of the main reasons why I use this soap. And also I use it to get rid of any dirt that might be on my face or things of that sort. So after I wash my face with the sulfur soap, I usually go in with my this is actually a mask that I just started using, and it is a charcoal and black sugar mask, and this is what the mask looks like. So it says it's a dual action scrub facial mask, and it is for purifying and exfoliating skin, and it's for all skin types. So after I wash my face with the soap, I usually go in with this mask to get rid of any dead skin. I usually leave this mask on for about 5 to 7 minutes, and then it says to gently massage for 1 to 2 minutes and then rinse it off with warm water. So after I get done with that, making sure my face is nice and clean, and I did do that before this video. Also, another important step to getting a flawless face, you also want to make sure that you're moisturizing your face, giving your face that nice nutrient and nice, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Moisture. A nice nutrient and nice moisture before applying that primer. So the moisturizer that I use or always use is my Nivea Creme, and it looks like that. It comes in a little jar. So I would take out just a generous amount like that, and I would just go ahead. It's actually quite a bit. So I usually just apply a little bit, and then I will go ahead and massage that into my skin. Now, after I get done masking, you guys, I always let my face air dry. I don't know, I just think it works a lot better for me. You also don't want to forget about your neck as well, because when you apply your makeup, you can't just apply it around the perimeter of your face. You just want to make sure that you get some on your face as well. That way your foundation is nice and blended into your neck and seamless. Pretty much everything you do to your face, you also want to make sure that you're doing it to your neck as well, because you do apply makeup to your neck essentially. Now you can absolutely tell the difference from before I apply the moisturizer to after. Now look at my face, it looks nice and smooth and hydrated. So make sure that you guys are moisturizing before you do anything as far as makeup wise. Now, to ensure that your foundation stays on your face throughout the day, it basically goes hand in hand with the kind of primer that you use. So the kind of primer that you use is going to be based on what you want it to do to your face. So if you have problems with large pores, then you might want to use a primer that basically minimizes pores. Or if you have oily skin, then you'd want to go towards using a primer that would minimize the amount of oils that you produce throughout the day. Since I don't really have a problem with pores and I don't really have oily skin, then I don't necessarily have to use a primer that focuses on either one of those two. So Primer that I'm going to be using is not new to you guys because I have used this primer in pretty much all of my makeup tutorials before. And the reason why I use this primer and this primer only because it works really good for me, and I realized that this primer really does help with making my foundation and my whole makeup look just look entirely flawless throughout the day. So without further ado, that primer is my Nivea Men's Post Shave Balm, and of course you guys, like I said, you already know what that looks like because I use it 1,000,001 times in my video. So depending on whether I have a long day or I'm just making a quick run, that will determine the amount of primer that I put on my face. So since it is quite early right now and I do have a long day, then that typically means that I would use a little bit more than I normally would. You just want to get that nice and massage into the skin, especially under your eyes or in your T-zone or anywhere that you would typically get creasing. So I would normally get creasing mainly around my mouth, so I just make sure that around my mouth is nice and primed. Your main focus is to get the primer nice and tacky on your face, that way your makeup can really stick and last all throughout the day. So after I do that, I usually go in with another primer, and the primer that I usually go in with after that is my MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus. So I normally go in with my MAC Fix Plus, and then I just go ahead and spray that all over my face. So once I spray it, I usually go right in with fanning my face because I feel like this is the best method to get the product to really soak into my skin. So once I get most of the product fanned into my skin, then I usually go in with my fingers and then just pat the excess into my skin. As you can see, it is nice and soaked into my skin, and my skin is looking really good. Like, I'm obsessed. Now onto the foundation. So since you want your foundation to last all throughout the day and just look extremely flawless, then you'd want to go with your foundation that you know works best for you. There are 1,000 foundation brands out there that can leave your face flawless. Now the one that works best for me is of course my MAC Studio Fix, which has an SPF of 15, which is really good. So the more SPF it has, then the better it is for your skin. So this MAC foundation has an SPF of 15, and I am in the shade NC45. So this is actually the foundation that I'll be wearing on my wedding day because, like I said, it leaves my face nice and flawless. So the most flawless foundation, in my opinion, is this one. So this is the one that I'll be using. So you just want to make sure that you get a generous amount and just start applying that. Now I'm just going to take my damp beauty blender and start blending that in. As you can see, my foundation is nice and blended all over my face as well as down on my neck as well. So after that, I'm just going to go ahead and quickly apply my brows, fill in my brows, and I'll be right back. So once that's done, I'll just go ahead and apply my concealer, and I'll be using my Tarte Shape Tape in Tan Sand. So now that I have my concealer applied, now to make sure that you get a nice and flawless face all throughout the day, before anything starts to crease, you just want to make sure that you set your face. For some reason, I always forget to blend out the concealer on either on my forehead or on my nose. Like, I don't know what's going on with me lately, but I need to get that together. So as you can see, everything is nice and blended. So like I said, before anything starts to crease, I'm just going to go ahead and set it. And to ensure that it is set properly and it'll look flawless throughout the day, I'm just going to use my Mercier. I tend to get the most creasing around my mouth. I've mentioned this in one of my videos before, so I always make sure that I get enough setting powder around my mouth to not only set it, but to bake a little bit. And to contour, I'm just going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit, and I'm just going to use the darkest shades for my cheekbones and then this shade for my forehead. Now I'm just going to dust away all of the setting powder. Now most people would just go right ahead and set their face like this, but because I love a flawless face, I always finish off with my MAC Mineralize Skin Finish in dark golden, and it comes in a little packet like that. Just flip it up, and you can either take a brush and brush it all over your face like a powder brush, which is what I'm going to try. Usually I would just take a mini pad and just pat it onto my face, but I want to try something new. So I'm just going to take a powder brush and set my face. So as you can see, my face is looking nice and flawless. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish off the rest of my face. I'm not going to do much to the eyes since we're focusing mainly on the face today. I'm going to apply some lashes and I'll be back. Alright, so I am back. Now the last and final step that you want to do to make sure that your foundation is flawless and lasts all throughout the day is you want to make sure that you are setting your face. And by now you guys should all know that once you apply your face, you should always set your face, but what you set your face with also depends on how flawless it'll look and how long it'll last. Now my favorite setting spray to use to give me that flawless look and to also make my foundation last throughout the day, I know I keep repeating that, is my Urban Decay Makeup Setting Spray, and this is what it looks like. So instead of me using my MAC's Prep and Prime, which is also another good one, this one is the one that's gonna make, you know, bring everything together and just make my foundation last all throughout the day. So I just typically go ahead and drown myself in it. And then I fan it out. And because I love the matte look of how my face is looking right now, I'm actually not going to apply any highlighter. I'm just going to put it on my nose. And for my lips, I'm just taking MAC's lip pencil in Chestnut. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. If you guys like this method that I used, then definitely give this video a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed already, then definitely just go ahead and do that. And I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys!